What's going on, guys? Twintuitive 717. I am back with another reading, hanging with the bossy beeves. We're going to dive right into a collective message around the divine masculine energy. You could be the divine feminine counterpart listening, just to check in on where the energy is. Many of you could be getting a lot of intuitive messages as well around your divine masculines and where it is they're at on this journey. So let's see what's happening between you two, okay? What is the energy like? What's going on with the divine masculine in regards to this journey with their divine feminine? What's happening with the divine masculines? Okay, we're going to start off with the main energy here, okay? So we have celebration, we have gifts, we have abundance. Many of them could be feeling a lot lighter. They're like there's something worth celebrating. I've been talking about a lot of spiritual gifts opening up. The more you find clarity, and I feel like this is what is happening with the divine masculines at this time. It's this beautiful light energy of, like, they could be freeing themselves of something. Okay, can we get clarity around this? It could be a certain lifestyle, okay, partying, the external world, wanting to celebrate just in a different way, wanting to celebrate in a way that doesn't cause storm moments or tower moments. And I feel like a lot of them could be getting a lot of clarity around that, or the reason their energy feels a lot lighter is because they are taking better care of themselves. And by taking better care of themselves, I feel like abundance could be opening up. Many of them are making better decisions. I'm hearing wise decisions or wise moves, because now their judgment may not be so clouded anymore, okay? A lot of maturing for this divine masculine collective that I'm picking up on, okay? Can we get some messages about what the future holds for them? Okay, so wrapping up some kind of a cycle. A lot of your divine masculines are going through changes, okay? I've been talking a lot about tower moments and the completion of karmic cycles, and I feel like that has a lot to do with the start of the divine feminine's journey and wrapping up the cycle with their divine masculines, okay? So that really ultimately meant letting this all go for good, or that just seems to be the vibration that the divine feminines are holding right now, is letting go of this journey, walking away, wanting to see what's next. And I feel like that vibration or that energy is genuine. So it's definitely causing a lot of your divine masculines now to go through that shift in their own lives, okay? Because now it kind of seems like the energy is cut between you two. You're no longer triggering one another back into certain cycles out of fear, out of having to change or forcing a change. So now I feel like naturally a lot of the tower moments that many of your masculines are being hit with right now is the sense of maturing. That tower that's falling is maybe an older part of themselves that it just doesn't resonate anymore. It doesn't bring excitement. It doesn't turn them on, whatever that karmic cycle could be, certain environments, certain people. I feel like energy is a big thing too, that a lot of your divine masculines could be opening up to in terms of their spiritual gifts, is being able to feel the vibration or feel the energy. And that is why you, divine feminine, it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside. It doesn't matter what the hell you have going on the outside, although that is very attractive, I'm hearing as well. It has a lot to do with the vibration that you're carrying, okay? Because I'm seeing a divine feminine here who, like, your external matches your internal, okay? You just let off a really magnetizing energy, or this energy that really pulls in the divine masculines. And I've been talking a lot about this shift that many of them are experiencing. Like, what they find attractive is shifting, just like many of the divine feminines started realizing that, like, you know, I find honesty really attractive. I find, you know, a protector really attractive. You know, this whole push and pull and running and afraid of emotions and things like that. I feel like many of you experienced that very early on in the connection, but you endured because, again, there's this energy that many of the divine feminines are moving past, like the needing to fix, you know, someone, or the more you stay and outpour and endure, then maybe that will shift or change them. Many of you, you know, really had to grow and release and let go from that part of yourself that was trying to do that, and really hold yourself accountable, choose yourself, choose to love on yourself. So naturally, I feel like a lot of them are doing the same, like what they find attractive. For the divine masculine collective, I feel like that mothering energy, that nurturing energy could be really, really attractive to them right now. Also too, like your boldness, your braveness, your tenacity, something about you is really focused on trying to shift something or change something, or they may love the way that you take such pride in like just living within your highest good, just enjoying life in a really simple yet beautiful way. You could be a divine feminine who loves nature. You could love animals. You could find the very simple, beautiful pleasures in things like wildflowers or a running stream. This to you, divine feminine, this would, really fizzle out your energy. You would never find yourself in this type of environment because of what you would be soaking in, okay? I feel too like with the divine feminines, many of you would never catch yourself in environments like these, because I think that on your awakening journey, many of you could pick up in party environments and things like that, a lot of sexual devious energy, a lot of sexual nefarious energy. So that's why many of you feel better in nature, or you feel better around animals, or just you feel better alone. That has a lot to, because many of you might be like, it's so weird, like on this spiritual journey, during the spiritual awakening, I find myself alone. It's like I don't have, just like relationships or big circles of friends, and it's because like your energy is, it can't necessarily handle a lot of it at once. And many of you have found yourselves, especially if you're in the divine feminine energy, and I think a lot of masculines are going through this now, is that they're finding that like they can't sustain relationships because people around them aren't understanding that it's like, yes, I may spend time with you in this environment, but that means I need like the next 2 weeks off, and not like I can't talk to anybody, I just need to be by myself. So a lot of people end up finding you really like flaky, you can't commit to relationships, you're not really a good friend. And I feel like a lot of you have had that realization that it's like, it's really hard to explain to people that it's like, hey, I don't mean to be a jerk, but I literally need to like shut down, because spending time with you, although it's great in the moment, it really drains me, and I don't want you to take offense to it, but that's just energetically how I feel. So that's why a lot of you in these on the journey, you find comfort in the readings, or you might find comfort in connecting with other like-minded people at a distance because it just feels better for your soul. So I think that is what a lot of your divine masculines are going through right now. They could feel really comforted in your presence as well, really wishing that they could tell you that they're going through a lot of these changes too. But I feel like a lot of these tower moments are inevitable for the divine masculine collective, okay? Many of us in the feminine energy went through, I feel, until you're able to release and detach, you'll continue to go through that cycle of seeing them appear as the divine masculine, but just like the complete opposite of what that energy is supposed to show up as. So I feel like now that many of you have detached, naturally a lot of the cycles are falling into place. A lot of the tower moments are they're happening. There's there's the avoidance, and I feel like that card was representing what I was talking about in terms of the many of your masculines seeking out like purpose within self first. It happens when you go into this avoidance and stalemate energy, okay? They don't feel you there, which is why the tower moment is happening, which is why they no longer feel very drawn to this, because the energy is different, right? They're not able to maybe compare it because they've been with you. They've experienced you. And now I feel like after returning back, the vibe is different, the aura is different. They're looking around them like, why doesn't it feel as potent as it does with the divine feminines? This once felt really potent for them, very wild, very intoxicating, right? This kind of free, wild energy. But after, like, I'm hearing, experiencing the divine feminine's energy being with you, they can't match it in any other environment or find it in any other person, okay? Because they're stepping up, their vibration is stepping up. Many of them are starting to see themselves as wanting to be worthy of like your divine feminine energy, okay? Because I feel like what many of you have learned through this detachment process, or at least I feel like what your masculines are experiencing, is that, for the divine feminines, like you can't hold space for that lower vibration. It's like as much as you may want to, as much as you may be sexually, passionately attracted, in every way, shape, or form to your divine masculine, if they cannot hold a high vibration, that whole that whole euphoria that they feel over your energy just being engulfed by them, loving on them, it'll fizzle out if they can't hold a high vibration. And that's what happened. They never thought that it would, because you came in with such potent energy, and they were like, me? What? It reminds me of that song, Everybody's Watching Her, but She's Looking at You. That's how your divine masculines felt. Okay? But they couldn't sustain the vibration, because I feel like for many of them, it would get big and then they would run or ghost. For many of you, you experienced a lot of that on the journey, and you were left feeling like, what? Like the vibration, I can tell it feels so strong, it's intense. But they would run. Okay? It had a lot to do with self-worth, expectations. Okay? Feeling guarded around you, feeling very guarded around you, and feeling very vulnerable around you, but you were pushing them into this energy here. True divine masculine energy. That's why they're not vibrating on this level anymore. These environments can't sustain them because you're not there. This is a divine masculine that may have went searching for you in the crowd, and I feel like many of you taught them that you'll never find me in places like that. You'll never find my energy in places like that. Like what you experience, you're never going to find it on the material plane. You'll find it on the spiritual, which is why a lot of them are now, strategizing, humbling themselves. I'm getting like solitude, spending time alone, valuing time with themselves, self-worth, expectations. Not expectations that you have of them, but expectations that they have of themselves. Maybe in the past, I feel like they didn't think that they had to pay attention to stuff like that. It was just, this is how I am, this is how I show up. A lot of masculines are starting to see that, they want to work on themselves. This union energy that you brought to the table, divine feminine, caused a huge tower moment in the divine masculine's life. Many of them want to close off some kind of cycle, and I feel like it is because, again, with the gifts rapidly developing, they do not feel like themselves. Okay, I feel like they feel more in tune with everything that's happening around them. And the more they feel in tune, the more distant they feel from environments like this that's really been pulling on their energy, I feel like, in the worst way. So whoever this divine masculine is, whichever collective this is, I feel like if you're the divine feminine, you're going to feel these changes in the form of like, what you're going to see in the physical is they're going to be like silent. You're not going to see them, popping up a lot. Energetically, you're not going to be able to feel them. Many of you could kind of feel the seriousness, the serious energy. It may reflect in your own life as well, in terms of, okay, I've got time on my hands. What do I do? Like, what do I do with this extra time? I feel like that could be the direction that many of your divine masculines are going in. And I feel like that essentially is what union is for many of you who may find this reading. Is like, it doesn't have to be this whole big, coming together in the physical and like, can I be your boyfriend? You want to be my girlfriend? Like all of that whole, like, let's get into a relationship, let's get married. That's not union energy. I feel like union energy is when like recognition happens in terms of a tower moment. Okay, this is why my counterpart came into my life. It doesn't have anything to do with, wanting to like merge with you and become one. I feel like that like energetically happens whether you two like it or not. And I feel like more than ever, the masculine collective is experiencing union with the divine feminine, because you guys aren't even physically there. Okay, you are the ones to get to that part on the journey to say, it's time for me to cut this off. I feel like you've never been able to do that, divine feminine. It's always been the divine masculines creating that space and that distance, and you with the energy of holding space, right? Because you so wanted them to awaken and to experience and see the same things that you were seeing, but the universe was like, I don't know how many times I'm going to have to tell you, they're going to have to see it on their own. It's like a true test of someone's character. They're going to have to experience it on their own, and I feel like they're experiencing it on their own, and that's what union is. They are finding clarity. They love you, okay? That you see this energy here. They love you, and they're experiencing this great love with you, and you're not even there. I feel like a big part of their world is shifting or tumbling down or crumbling down, and the one person that is just heavily on their mind, that vibration, that energy is so big and so high, and they're craving it. It's you. And that is what is getting them to understand the spiritual side of the whole experience with you. Okay, many of them, just like just like for the divine feminines, you'll experience like that passion, that love, the need to really just like love everything in sight. It's like this tsunami energy, right? Like the divine feminines feel. I feel like now is the time that many of your divine masculines are feeling that towards you. They've not been able to feel like that, like, like your breath is just taken away by this experience. Like you are longing for someone who should be a complete stranger to you, but yet out of everybody in your world right now, they feel the safest. That's how your divine masculines are feeling towards you right now, or at least that's what I'm picking up off the energy in this card. Okay, a lot is shifting. Their whole world is turned upside down. What they found exciting and what they wanted for themselves, this whole lifestyle of running wild and free, it lacks direction. It lacks that stability that your energy provides in some way. Okay, and yeah, they're longing for that at this time. So that's what I have for you guys for this one. You guys take it easy, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right, bye guys.